How you doing? It's Khoa here. In this video, we're going to be covering the qualification process and a methodology in which I qualify my prospects. So let's go. In order to qualify your prospects, you can go through this method called BANT. So what does BANT stand for? So the first one is budget. So first and foremost, you need to know whether your prospect has a budget. I mean, if they don't have a budget for their product, for your product and service, then they're not the right fit. So you can ask, you can pick up the phone, you can talk to them, say, hey, if you don't mind me asking, do you have a budget for this? And they say, oh yeah, we actually do. It's between 120 to 100k, 100k or 200k. Fantastic. So you write that down. You know what their budget is. If they don't have a budget, that means that they're not really serious about going ahead in terms of purchasing a product and service. So the next part is A, which is authority. Okay. So when it comes down to authority, who is it that you're talking to? Who has the authority to make decisions? So you know about going through the gatekeeper. You need to go through the gatekeeper to get to the CEO and so forth. So when you're on the phone with the person, you might want to, after when you ask them if they've got a budget, you can probably ask them, oh, if you don't mind me asking, who is it that's going to go ahead in making the decisions for this particular project or product or service? So you might find out that it could be marketing, it could be the chief technical officer, because they need to sign off to make sure that it's technically feasible. You need to find out whose authority, who has the authority to make the decisions in this particular deal. It could be the person that you're talking to, or you might want to find out that it could be someone else, but just find out basically who's going to make the decisions. And the next one is N, which stands for needs. So the next qualification process in which you can employ is needs. So you can determine the needs, whether they actually need the product. For example, when you're asking them questions, how long have you had this issue with XYZ? How long have you had this problem for? And you want to find out whether they've got the actual problem within their organization or within their current life in general. So you want to find out whether they currently need this product. Let's say that you're selling some sort of accounting software, and the person that you're talking to, they don't have an accounting software, and they're just doing all the taxes and everything on pieces of paper, right? So do you think this person has a need? Of course they have a need. But however, if they already have accounting software and they're already happy with it, and you're selling accounting software, but they don't need any accounting software, there is no need there. So that's what you need to do, is you need to find out what their needs are, their pains and frustrations. And the final one is T, which stands for timeline. So the final one is timeline. So what the timeline means, it means that, do they have a particular timeline in which they want to fix this particular problem? So for example, if you're talking to them on the phone and they've got a need, they've got a budget for this, and you might want to ask them the question, when would you like to fix this, or when would you like to get this installed, when would you like to get this project launched? And they might come back and they might say, oh, we're thinking about doing something in the next 6 to 12 months or the next 1 to 2 weeks, whatever it is. So find out whether they have a timeline, and that will really help you in which you can prioritize your prospecting and also how you can present proposals and so forth. So timeline is very important. So that is the BANT method. This is the way in which you can qualify. The reason why I like BANT is that it's easy to remember and understand, and the acronym works very well. When you're qualifying someone on the phone, remember, pick up the phone, remember BANT method. It's the budget, it's the authority, the needs, and the timeline. Once you get those four qualification methods down, then if they do qualify, if they've got all those answered and they look like a good prospect, feel free to go ahead and then go and close the deal. So hope this video helps you, and let me know how you guys in comments. Please subscribe to my channel. See you guys later. Cheers.